That I'm became home. Yeah, it's a long. Sweet home, down the sound. Kimbo Kimbo Tatanzambi Yamazulu. Batwa Bana Betu. Bayete Nkosi Bayete. Hallelujah. He claps. Tatanzambi. Kimbo Hallelujah. Matona Masakajala Tatanzambi for this day. I want to give honor to all of the hosts of the Zulu, the hosts that are here on the Toto, the earth, in this work, all to the ancestries of the Bana Betu, of Yisolele honor, honor those who are in this truth, in this awakening, honor the Maleki Kongo who are fighting hard to bring back our people to Yisolele, for we know there's many things happening in this world that many people don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. They will not know that it's coming out in the front until it all comes out what the Most High is doing. We want to give him the Kembo, the Golo, for what he is doing through his Benas, his children of Yisolele, his Bena Kongos, especially Isaiah, and all the things that are happening. Okay, this is going to be a message that's going to really break down a lot of things that many people, it's going to go to the heart as to why there are those that now look at you like, have you lost your mind? Have you gone crazy? Those who, when you see the obvious versus those that just want to continue to see things the way they have seen it. It's essentially the concept is what we now understand as knowledge manipulation. When you first start off in kindergarten or preschool, for those who are in the mostly westernized or even, city-like places, some of you may have started off, your mom and dad taught you at home. You never were in an open school. Life was your teacher. All the different levels. But the one thing that we always understand is that knowledge is something that determines your future as to where you go, what direction you are in. And that knowledge, okay, is something that many people don't realize can be manipulated to favor those who have an agenda. Okay, what am I talking about? When we go back to the story of Adama and Eve, realize that when Tatanzambi first created his creation, the Toto or the world or what they lived in was not meant to be a place where people had a lot of worry, obligations. They weren't supposed to have a lot of negative interactions. They were supposed to be there for the purpose of worshiping the Most High and to be obedient to what he asked them to do. All the other people that were with him, people will soon find out. So when you look at how the world was really intended to be, you have to understand that what it is now is the complete opposite of what it was intended. Now, how do you do that? You have to have opposite knowledge. So you have Tatanzambi, the Most High's knowledge, the ones that people call God. You have his knowledge, and then you have the kingdom of darkness, their knowledge. Okay. So when you look at the world from when it started, and this is the point of what Isaiah, that the world wants to call Jesus, Kongo, was emphasizing when he came as the second Adam, was your mentality needs to be back to where it should be with what it was like for the first Adam. Okay. Now, when you look at the world that we live in today, when you look at where people are, how people are interacting, what people are doing, do you see that environment whatsoever? No, you do not. So then the question has to then be asked, if we are in a world that's not bringing us back to what it should have been in the beginning, then what knowledge are we learning? What are we teaching? What are we being taught? What is the structure? Okay. Because at this point in time, we live in a world where those that are benefiting from your lack of knowledge, that's the problem. There are those who are benefiting from your lack of knowledge, especially those that were considered to be a set apart people, those who were meant to be a holy priesthood, a holy nation unto the Most High. Okay. So now let's go into what I'm trying to tell you, because sadly, there were those who were in the positions that were benefiting from your lack of knowledge that also tried to warn you of what was happening to you. That what you were really being taught from grade school, or from whatever religious belief or whatever you came up in, that there was a problem. Because the way the world operated before what you see today was totally different. Okay. There had to be a way for those who continue to benefit from the lack of knowledge to control those who had the knowledge. Because when you look at the chosen people of the Most High, the reason what made them so elite above the other nations is their knowledge and understanding of the world that existed versus the world that was created by others who they had an understanding of the world's Most High's intention of how the world should be versus the way that it was operating. Okay. And their role was to teach that knowledge to other nations. So essentially, when we look at our lives today, we look at the person that we trust in. Though it's all about trust, it's all about relationships, about those who are supposed to be bringing forth knowledge, wisdom, understanding to our daily lives. Okay. Many of them have their versions of how life should be reviewed. And the issue with that is the original source, who has all the knowledge, who has all the wisdom, who has all the understanding, is not always in the mix, not always involved in the decision process. How do we know that? Because if you look at what he originally created to be, versus what exists now. Obviously, he's not being consulted. Or else the way he made it to be in the beginning would now be the way it is now. Would be the way it is now, with a world that is in complete unison and connected. Okay. So, hallelujah. One of the things I want to start with comes from Jeremiah 50, which really kind of puts this into perspective as to how knowledge, where there can only be knowledge from two sources. Many people have been taught to understand that, oh yeah, it can come from very just different sources. No. The issue is that is the problem. This is why from where the world began to where it is now, it is a mess. Because people don't understand. Knowledge comes from two sources, either the kingdom of light or the kingdom of darkness. And the intent of the kingdom of darkness is to pretend to be the kingdom of light. All right. So, the word of Tatanzambi spake against Babylon, against the land of the Chaldeans by Lamilia, Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Bel, a common English word, Bel, is confounded. Marduk is broken in pieces, and her idols are confounded. Her image are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. And honestly, the original location of Babylon is exactly like how it is says. It's desolate. They know where it's at. The Maliki ain't letting nobody put nothing there. They keep trying though, but it's a desolation. It's still broken in pieces. Okay. And in those days, and in that day, says Tatanzamri, the Bana of Yisolele, the children shall come, and the children of Yaoundé together, going weeping, they shall go and seek Tatanzambi their God. They shall ask the way to Sioni, and their faces witherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Most High in a perpetual covenant that shall never not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to mountain hill, and they have forgotten their resting place. Now, this whole thing is not for the old Babylon per se, which it did happen to, but is also referencing a future event of things that are to come, because of what has to happen with Yisolele, who have been cast astray from their lost sheep. Now, everything that many people don't understand in this world is working against this union. That even those who claim to be have fabricated stories to not give you the truth of this revelation. Because the knowledge of the Babylonian system, as he's showing you, is to create what? A world of deception, idols, covetousness, a world of materialism. If you got to understand, the kingdom of Babylon, in the way it was set up, is pretty much not much difference than what you see today in America and other places. Because the ideal concept, it starts with power and wealth. For the purpose of what? The system is designed to feed those that control it. So therefore, the knowledge of the system will also resemble the same. However, the way this works, as in the days before, you have to understand, when Nimrod convinced people to go build a tower, you don't think there were people like, is this crazy? What are we doing? How do you convince people to go build a tower? The same way you convince people to build cities. The same way you convince people that the knowledge that they're receiving is the correct knowledge. Empty promises. Empty promises. What are empty promises? Showing people that they will achieve something that in real life is unattainable. Because in the reality, those positions are occupied by people who are chosen to be in them. People always say, I got the credentials, I can be this, I can be that. You can have all the credentials in the world. It's still about who they want in the spot. But you have to convince people along the way in their living, oh, everybody's got a shot at the title. Everybody can be a champion. Everybody can be this, everybody can be that. But in reality, that's not what happens. Only a select few ever attain a certain level. But why do we continue to buy into something that shows that on a regular basis? And then, of course, the consolation of it is, oh, well, that means I'll just live in the world the way I'll just continue to go along with the way things are going in my own way, in the way that I know how. See, one of the ways you control people about what they need in their life is to create the need. That in itself contradicts anything that's in scripture, of any belief that you ever know. You see, desire to attain something is a great motivator to become something. And you will have those that will take certain. This is why you're going to find people that they're going to buy into something hook, line, and sinker. They're going to defend whatever. They're going to do whatever. They're going to go and fight. They're going to go and do all these different things because you have to create the obligation. We have enemies. Therefore, you're obligated to help us defend against it. We have those that have a desire to steal from us. Therefore, you must have the means to stop them. The obligation, there must be an obligation to stop them. We need this, we need that, we need that. Therefore, you are obligated to provide that need. The easiest way to manipulate is the need versus the desire. See, because what the Most High needs, which he really doesn't need anything, this is the part of the problem, because he has all that he needs. Is against a world that demands need. This is one of the reasons why Yesiah said, have no need, you don't have any want for anything, because the Most High will provide you everything that you need. See, the problem is we've been conditioned to desire what the Most High has desires for what he wants, which are to be the things that will bring you in a position of harmony and forever protection. But you have been convinced to fight and to be a part of a society that tells you you must supply your own needs, but then go and pray on it. What am I talking about? It's called obligation overload. Keep you too busy to notice that something is not right. Keep you too distracted to notice that there is a problem with what you know. That what the preacher, sorry about that, I saw that when I said OF, no, my apologies. The preacher stands up there and tells you what the Creator wants from us when he preaches. And many times, if you actually listen to the sermon versus what it actually talks about in scripture, they contradict each other. Because in the reality is, there are only certain things the Most High has ever wanted from his people. The main thing, just be obedient to what I say. The world cannot be obedient to the Most High if the world is being obedient to those that control it. Because those that control it do not know the Most High. They know what they serve, the need for what they desire. So therefore, the system has to be created to keep you off balance from the real agenda, which is where the role of the secret societies play. Okay. The reality of this world that many people don't seem to understand is there is a demographic of people who are dangerous to what is the desire of the system. Because the desire of the system goes all the way back to not only what happened in the days of Noah, but also to Babylon. The Babylonian system never died, it just changed. It modified itself to become to the point where it's not seen without actually paying attention that it's there. But if you're conditioned not to pay attention to it, then you will seek whatever that system has created for you. This is one of the reasons why when you talk to someone who claims to know scripture, from the perspectives that they have been taught, because remember, your perspective of scripture is always the way you learned it. But who really was teaching you? The problem is we assume in this world that those we trust, those we listen to, those we follow are giving us the information that will put us into a better life and put us in tune with the Creator and allow us to have the eternity we're looking for. This is why when other things around us we partake in, we do not see the problem with it. Everything is meant to have a connection with a positive spin on it that, oh yeah, well, even if you're a Christian, you can still do this, you can still do that. Even if you're a Muslim, all these different things. Without actually seeing, okay, this is why a person can go and say, because I've heard this before, even from family members, oh, the world's always been at war. So what's the big difference now? The world's always been like this. It's always been like that. It's this, it's always been like this. When the Most High is like, no. No, it hasn't. Something had to happen that creates an environment where you now don't see a problem with things that are really not normal. that you don't see a problem with learning things that contradict what you should be learning. That a person can stand up in front of a classroom, because that is me, I have done it, and teach something that even though you may have a problem with it, you just do it. Or you just say, well, that's just the way this world is. If you want to get somewhere, this is what you got to do. There's a reason why you think that way. And it has nothing to do with the Creator himself, other than the fact that with his reprobate mind that he allows you to have, you agree with your own logic of the way things have, how you have learned. Prime example, we love the music industry in this country and others, rock star people singing, dancing. And one of the things that sometimes happen on occasion is you'll get someone to tell you, even though they're supposed to just entertain you, they will actually give you subliminal truth about what it is that you actually live in. Because they are in a position where they would know, because they're in it, that the way you see the world is not the way that we're living, that we see it. So from a perspective of a superstar, he's not seeing the world the same way as the person who's a little old lady down the street, or the person that goes to church every Sunday. Because the knowledge of what is really happening is only given to those who are a select few. Just like we talk about when the Most High says, he only gives his knowledge to a select few, when he says, you have to first love him. For eye has not seen, nor ear has heard what the Most High has in store for those who love him. I'm going to go over these lyrics with you, where you're dealing with a person who had knowledge of the actual system and was trying to show you, because the Most High can still use anybody. Something is not right. You need to pay attention. So this is from Michael Jackson. He did a song called Scream with his sister Janet. Many of you may have remembered this. I want to read the lyrics. I'm not going to play the song. I'm not doing any copyright violations, none of that. You want to play the song, it's up to you. But he's going to tell you, tired of injustice, tired of the schemes. The lies are disgusting. So what does it mean? Damn it. Why is he saying that? What does he see that you don't see? What are the lies he's talking about? Kicking me down. I got to get up. As jacked as it sounds, the whole system sucks. So he's telling you in the lyrics, you are in a system. Subliminally, he's telling you, you are in a system. So obviously, you are being controlled, is what he's showing you. And the whole role of this system is to keep you down. So then how can that system be also at the same time try to be benefiting you at the same time? Help you move closer to Creator, help you become spiritual. It's trying to show you it's a worldly system and it sucks, is he saying. It's horrible. He can't take it anymore. Let's go with what Janet says. Peek in the shadow. Come into the light. So she's showing you that there are people operating in the darkness that need to come. It needs to come out to the light. What does it? What did Isaiah say? The eye is the, Matthew said, 6. Are the light, is the light. That when you have light in you, what happens? Light will come out of you. But you are in the darkness. How deep is that darkness? And then it says, she says, you tell me I'm wrong. Then you better prove you're right. And see, the problem is, there are people looking at my teachings through the Most High Zombie that are saying the same thing that she's saying. That I'm saying the same thing she's saying. You tell me I'm wrong. Then prove me that you're right. Because see, the problem is just like her and just like him, they're seeing something that you cannot see. Now listen to this part. She even said it, and like people, you don't even understand. These two people that are talking to you are talking as those who are being abused by this system. She's even telling you, you're selling out souls. Who is she talking to? But she says, but I care about mine. So she's tired of being the puppet because she wants to go back to the Most High because she's a Muntu. She's a Bana Betu. She's from Yisolele. So she knows she's under the control of the puppet masters that won't allow her to return to Tata Zombie. Sorry. I don't know what that was. That's weird. Let me leave that because I don't know who's talking. That was weird. Sorry about that. But obviously, if you go to the rest of the song, it talks about, there are things happening that they're talking about that you cannot see. Okay, now let's go to one more example. This is KRS-One. When he made this song, I remember this is one of the reasons why he became such a controversial rapper, because he told you something that was like, what? Because there were those who knew about it, even the elders at that time knew what he was saying was right. But what have the tendency to happen? Oh, but I don't want to get into that. Oh no, I'm not going to touch that. Okay. Because sadly, as Tatanzambi, the Most High is saying, Far too many people in this world are acting like the hireling and not the shepherd. Okay. He's even going to tell you the truth about the false Messiah. That's why I try to tell you, don't get all hooked up on the black Messiah mentality, because he's going to say this. He's even going to give you the proper pronunciation of Ham, by the way. He says Cam. It starts off with this. He says, the day begins with a grin and a prayer to excuse my sins. Sorry, I can't rhyme the way he's doing it because the song is not on. I walk anywhere I choose because everybody listens to the BDP crew. We're not here for glamour or fashion, but here's the question I'm asking. Why is it young black kids are taught? Why is it young black kids taught black? They're only taught how to read, write, and act. It's like teaching a dog to be a cat. You don't teach white kids to be black. Why is that? Is it because we're the minority? Well, black kids follow me. Genesis chapter 11, verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. Hold up. Do you see the problem here? All the ministers preaching, what? What? Do you see the controversy right here? Asking all the people, what? Islam. What? All these people that, well, of course, many of the people that know, yeah, what he's saying is right, but okay? And he says, if you repeat this fact, they can't laugh at you. This is why this is why Massa and them keep saying, hey, if you repeat it, they can't laugh at you. Because it says it right there, 14 verse 13, Bana, he says, Abraham steps on the scene, being a descendant of Shem, which as fact means Abraham too was black. Abana, Abraham, born in the city of a black man called Nimrod, grandson of Cam. Cam had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abana was the father of Isaac. Isaac, because it was in Saka. And Saka was the father of Yakubi. Had 12 sons for real, and these were the children of Israel. Yisolele. According to Genesis chapter 10, Egyptians descended from Cam. 600 years later, my brother read by Moses was born an Egyptian in the era, weren't right. See, in this era, black Egyptians weren't right. They were enslaved black Israelites. Okay. So, of course, this song came out in the 80s. But what it did, and this is part of the reason why I began to start questioning many things that I was being taught in Christianity. But of course, as it always happens, the handlers are there to knock it down. No. And this is exactly what the system is that even Michael was talking about. Why didn't this become a bigger thing for people? Is because of what they then started to do. Get them too busy to think about it. So then came out your gangster rap. Then came out your drug, they got flooded with drugs, alcohol, gang fights. If you're too worried about what your brother doing next door to try to say, I'm gonna catch my brother slipping, okay? If you're too worried about, and then on top of that, boom, they started what they called the inclusion flooding of the black man into the system. We got to get him out of this mindset and back into the system that we have created by offering them. Because see, right around the same time that he started talking about this, is all of a sudden you had a black quarterback when you never had a black quarterback. All of a sudden you had highly paid black players in the NFL and the NBA. Michael Jordan all of a sudden stepped on the scene with Magic Johnson. Because the reality was, if you're too focused on other things, needs, desires, wants, okay? Let's get into it. The business structure. His brother put it, there's reason why it's called Wall Street. I agree, Wall Street Mojo. That's exactly what it is. Mojo. Woo, witchcraft. On the black man especially. So then they started saying, black man, you need to start becoming the sole proprietor and start running your own businesses. But listen to what it says, and you get taxed accordingly. That's why Massa keeps trying to say, you know, the Most High system was never really intended for that, which is why Isaiah said, you should be willing to give to your brother. The taxing process that the Most High did was not for the purpose of necessarily financing his kingdom per se at the time, because the Most High had all the wealth anyway. It was for what? Brotherly and sisterly love, helping one another, helping each other to go grow in his community, his set apart system, to become better Bantu people, Bana Congos, to become more in tune with him by the way we treat our fellow brothers and sisters. Had nothing to do with greed. Because the system we live into now is all about wealth and greed. Who can collect the most money? Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. Remember that song? So the point is that people started, the concept was everything became about, gotta pay these bills, gotta pay my debt, gotta pay these different things. Debt, 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 pay, 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 bills, bills, bills. We got a song about it, Destiny's Child. To tell you, or I need a man that can pay my bill, you know, all this stuff. When in the reality is the system is corrupted to that level because the Tatanzambi's kingdom operates totally different. In the construct. How do we know? Yesiah said it. This is not about you. This is about us. This is about not me, but we. But the whole intention is to benefit whom? Where is your desire focused? On your own personal gain and wealth, or on the Most High's increase? This is why there really is nothing necessarily wrong with wealth, okay? It is where it is focused. That's the problem. That's why Yesiah was telling his disciples, hey, the Most High freely gave you this, so freely you give. And the Most High will be the one to do the rewarding. He will give you the needs. He will provide you with what you need. All you need is ask. You now come to a system that says, no. See, the CEO of this company and the CEO of that company and all these business people and all these sole proprietors and all of these corporations, okay, partnerships, all these businesses, their agenda is for what? Capital gain increase. Money. I forgot to put for the love of money by the OJs. It became focused on what was in your pocket. Money. Of course, now we know that money was mocking money Kongo. But of course, it was backed by a form of solid currency, gold and silver, which you always assumed just happened to be there, not realizing, no, it was taken from some people, taken from somebody. The system did not just start by these people having the wealth. It had to be taken from somebody. You must understand, monarchies, they weren't broke people. They were sitting on tons and tons of wealth. The Vatican was sitting on tons and tons and is still sitting on tons of gold. What are they doing with it? See, this is the issue. You create the need for something like, man, I gotta have that car. Man, I gotta have these clothes. Man, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Man, I gotta go chill, man. Because then it becomes what? When I have something, then now come the honeys. Then now comes, everybody was taught, don't chase the girl, let the girl chase you, chase money instead. Do you realize that that is why the Most High said you are so lost? Because instead of chasing the money, you should be chasing him. This is what he talks about in Hosea when he says, you're chasing after your lovers, but you'll never overcome them. That's why you, black man, no matter how wealthy you get, you will never attain where you should be. Because to the Most High, his kingdom is not about what you got in your pocket. It's about what you got in your heart. And because of that problem, the world never has continued to live under the same concept because we didn't see the value in that. The Gentile way is materialism. I don't know what just happened there. This is the game that Michael's talking about. because there's people up here in businesses, they making all the rules on how things are supposed to function, how you're supposed to make money, how you're supposed to keep money, how you're supposed to borrow money, how you're supposed to pay money back. What makes you successful? What makes you the American way mindset? Do you not understand that it's not, this is how so deceived we are. It's not about what America wants. This is the lie against you. It's about what the Most High wants. So you're desiring to be something that the Most High doesn't want. The American way does not appeal to him whatsoever. The British way, the German way, the Brazilian way, none of that stuff. The Asian way, the Japanese way, garbage. Because that is not the way it was supposed to be. That's why we actually said a way. We were the people of the way. Our way, Yisolele's way, Tatanzambi's way was the way. Not the Roman Empire way, not the Greek Empire way, Yisolele's way. But Yisolele's way did not jive or match up with Tatanzambi's way. So the repercussions of that was get out of my sight every time. So now you are at the mercy of the way of those who don't value you. Because their mindset is all about the cha-ching, give me that, give me that, give me that. That's what it's all about right here. Stockpiling assets. Who got this? What company has this well? What company has that well? What company, blah, 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 blah. When the Most High's business mindset is to benefit all, not a small few. That's the system you live in. That is the Babylonian system. That is the mindset of those who think like heathens. It is to benefit the small few, the 1%ers. Hey, we got all the money. You got nothing. Who thinks like that? Lucifer. I got it all. You got nothing. We got it all. You got nothing. But they convince you, oh, you're going to come up here with us. And like Master said, well, that requires you to do some sacrifices. That's why they tell you in the language, that's why that word is used the way that they use it in language. Well, what you going to sacrifice? I got to make sacrifices for you. I had to make these sacrifices. I had to go work 2 jobs. I had to make these sacrifices just so you can go get this, just so you can go get that. And the Messiah and the Most High is saying himself, wait a second. If you would have listened in the first place to me, you wouldn't have this much struggle. Did Adama and Eve have to juggle and balance and finance and figure out ways to make ends meet ever before the fall? Did the Messiah and his disciple, the Abafundi, his disciple, did they ever have to have this problem? Did they have to figure out how to make ends meet? But you're trusting in a system today where they're giving you handouts. Oh, they're hungry. Give them a little bit over here. Oh, they hurt themselves. Give them a little bit over here. Oh, there's something wrong with you. Well, I had to fight my way up here. You pull your boots up. You pull your pants up and you work your tail like I did. You work your tail off, you're gonna get somewhere. You work your butt off and you're gonna be just like I did. And many people are saying, well, I did that. But yet, I haven't gotten there yet. Oh, you gotta pay your dues. You gotta pay your dues. Pay your dues to what? This is the issue of what they call knowledge manipulation for the purpose of benefiting those who have and justifying that they have it to the rest of the world, to those who the have-nots. That's why the brother made the movie, The Haves and the Have-Nots. He said the haves don't think like the have-nots. Whole different ball game. The CEOs and all these other people, they don't think like how we think. This is the problem. Because it's all about what I gain out of it. What's in it for me mentality. I, me is what? Not the Most High. They have created a system of trophies, of something that all that hard work pays off. Now you receive your reward mindset. And of course, the people look at you, well, what's wrong with that? I don't understand. Why you got a problem with this? What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is you're learning the scriptures wrong, because the Most High isn't like that. The Creator, the one you call God, okay, his mindset is the reward that he gives you. No man, no woman, nobody can give you. Because you live in a world where it's a short-lived reward, short-term gain. The eternal gain is supposed to be eternal life. That's the goal here. But you can't gain eternal life playing by the rules of those who live off of short-term gain, that your benefits come while you're living. The worldly way. You know, the businesses, what we're trying to teach people about our world today is that our gain, our benefit is to do the things that actually please the Most High when it comes for businesses. You see, this is how ignorant, when you look at what's going on, especially in Africa and Asia and all these other places, is that you allow your own people to suffer from those who are only looking for one thing in this life: to take what they can get and keep it from you. Because they understand that this is really going to be your downfall because you allow these things to happen. See, for example, and they're still playing this game right here. 3 men found shot to death in the Georgia golf course. Of course, we know who was the suspect. Okay. We allow our people to constantly be put opposite of what KRS-One was even trying to talk about. The wrong history, the wrong knowledge, the wrong understanding of things. Why? Hosea. Let's start here. Hear the word of Tatanzambi, you children of Yisolele. For Tatanzambi, the Most High, has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. So let me ask you this question, Bana Betu. If there's no truth, no mercy, or knowledge of the Most High in his land, then how is that going to exist in a land that is not his? The land that was given to you, they don't have these things. But the land where the Gentiles operate, they do. They have it. How? Now, isn't this? Let me explain something to you. Is this not the way, even in the world of the Christians? People who claim to be holier than thou, so many of them, Muslims, Judaism, all in the religions. Listen to this. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery. And committing adultery is not just cheating on your wife or your husband, it's also about cheating on the Creator. Because we were worshiping B-A-A again, which for some reason, I don't understand that. Why? Why do we have this infatuation that we must worship this false god? And then get convinced, even now, in the church house, oh yeah, we've been worshiping the same God of Abraham, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When it's not. No, it's not. The people who founded this country, they know that. That's why they put the real God's image on the money, and they put his real image in the middle of Washington, D.C. Hello? It is not the same. Wow. I mean, that's just going to show you how blind I was, because I wasn't paying attention either. We all weren't. But then at the same time, You go to tell somebody, even like, why can't I go tell my neighbor, hey, next door, do you even know? What's they always ask? What do they always answer? Well, what's the obelisk? Every time. Well, what is that? Oh, who's the harlot? What are you talking about, harlot? Who is that? You see, therefore shall the land mourn. This is why Embo, Yisolele, the kingdom of Kongo, is mourning, and everyone that dwelleth there shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away. This is why now you see the ocean is crying, the animals are crying. What's going on? This is why we live in a world of chaos and mass confusion. But you've been convinced that it's orderly. Come on, man. Everything right now is messed up. But you're looking at it like, oh, I love my life. It's cool. I got my nice ride. I got my nice house. Blah 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 blah. It's not about you, me. It's not about you. It's about me. What I got. You ain't got it. Oh, I can't help you there, bro. You better go get yours like I got mine. Or if we do feel like we need to help our brothers, okay, we have that need to help one another, but we're helping each other to come to what? Like Michael said, the system that doesn't even care about you, that wants to kick you down. You got to get up. Well, no, boom, bell hit you in the head again. Stay down there. That's what they do. Obligation overload. We need our money. We need give it. You don't have your money, kicked out the house. You don't have the car payment, car gone. All this stuff. We need that money, man. We lend it to you. Give him that money back. When Yesiah himself even said it, if your brother come and ask you, don't ask for it back. Give him more. Oh, that's just stupid. Then I'll be broke. Wait a minute. You just obeyed the Most High. Because trust me, this is something I got to work on myself. I know. You just did something that obeyed the Most High, and the Most High won't take care of you? Do you see how stupid we've been made to think, people? You helped your brother because the scriptures really meant for Yisolele mostly, not the Gentiles. They're not under the law. Bantus were. This is why people don't get it. The curses are falling upon our own people right now. This is why we all jacked up. This is why you look at the Gentiles and say, man, they got all kind of nice stuff, but I always see them sinning and having parties, and how come they don't ever get, why they still rich? But I'm not. Because they're not under the law. Does that mean they won't get theirs? Of course they're going to get theirs. But you got to realize it's just like when we lived in Egypt, Kamata then. The Egyptians had a good life, and they were, man, partying, and they were kicking it and worshiping their gods, and we were building our butts off. Give me more mud. Give me more brick. We got to build it. Oh. What happened at the end? Boom! Destruction came upon it. Let my people go. It's going to happen. Everything in this world must fall because none of it is righteous. Deceivers, The righteous kingdom must be built. The unrighteous kingdom must fall. The towers must come down. Just like before, every civilization has had its day of fallen plunder. Even in England, they got destroyed. France, all of these people. Why? Because he said, I will tear down, but they will build it back up. Why do you think they always try to make it better each time? Now it's tornado resistant. Now it's wind resistant. Now it's this resistant. Because he's the one sending it. Send that hurricane. Send a tornado. Send this, flood. Fire. Oh, we need fireproof. He's doing it. But they're not going to tell you, oh, we love Jesus. God's going to save me. Oh, but why he tear down the building like that? Oh, the building fall down. Y'all don't understand. It's not like we don't want to care for people and what happens in this world. But you cannot even, it says it in the Old Testament, in New Testament, be ye, read it. Let me explain this one to you, because this is the lie. This is what these people are trying to tell you. Like Public Enemy, fear of a black planet. Why do you think they said that? Everyone afraid of the black man. For what? We're going to get to the business cartel in a minute. We're looking at, he says, be ye. This is why you under all kind of heat wave, all climate change. Man, come on. This is the heathen gods coming up with stupid reasons because they know they're lying to you. See, they took this scripture, 2 Corinthians 6:14. Oh, that's what I try to tell people, man. I never really understood it until I came into this awakening, because it's not talking to the Gentiles at all. This is the problem. He wasn't talking to the Gentiles. He's talking to the Bana Betu. He's talking to the Bakongos, the Yaounde, not Jews. The word didn't exist. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Unbelievers in what? Oh, Jesus Christ. They never called him that. Never called him that. Kuswa, Yesaya, Yisu, but never Jesus Christ. People got, the brainwashing is so bad. The Coptic Christians, they know this. They just had to change it for the benefit of the Church of Laodicea. Stop sending them to get blown up. Yes. With all of the Muslim people, the so-called terrorists. They know. Why do you think they saw what the Tokoist church was going through with Simon Toko? That's the stuff that they were going through with all that stuff that was going on with the 7 churches before. They just decided, oh no, we can't do this. We can't take it no more. We give up. I'm just glad the Tokoists is hanging in there. Yeah, I mean, they still got to come for us though, but still. They were like, nah, man. Tucker was like, no, I'm not giving me over to. That's why they kill us so many times. I'm not giving my assembly to the Catholic Church wanted to talk to his church. He said no. So what did they do? You want to think these people are so blessed and holy? Go ask some of the talkers what the Catholic Church did to those people back in the 60s. Horrible things. They know. Be ye not unequally yoked with unbelief, but for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And this is what happened. We compromised with those 7 assemblies. We compromised righteousness and unrighteousness. We told the pagans, hey, we're cool with what y'all worship. We'll just change it for you. Okay, we'll call it this. We'll do it that. What? He's saying the pagans, the believers in Helios Christos, Nimrod, Helios Biblios, Tammuz, the book of the dead, okay? He said you cannot commune with them. You can teach and let them listen, but fellowship only happens when? With the conversion. You make them become one with you once they get rid of that world. Did we listen? Slave ships. Apparently not. And what communion had light with darkness? So, oh, buddy boy, remember who is also called the light bearer, who is also supposedly an angel of light. Okay? His system was intended to mimic the kingdom of light. But as you can now see, if you just open your eyes, you live in a system that is meant to cause hardship on purpose. Do you think those really West people like to help you out all the time, want to hang with you, when's the last time a multi-billionaire came knocking on the door? Hey, let's hang out. Y'all cool with that? I'm down. When? When does a multi-millionaire ever want to be in the same boat with people who making pennies? People working at the grocery store packing groceries. Oh, I started off like that. The pursuit, that's why I said life, health, and the pursuit of happiness is supposed to be the Constitution. If you pursue the Most High, does it even have to be an issue anymore? If you pursue Tatanzambi and Pungu Talendo and seek him, can he not rectify everything the Constitution is supposed to promise you? Y'all don't understand. We had the gold everywhere, diamonds everywhere. As the scripture says, it's never ending. His land never runs out of wealth. Ooh, where is that at? Oh, it's in Palestine. Really? Then why they running all over the world looking for your gold? Because that's what they were doing when they were calling themselves the conquistadores, pretending to be Spanish. Yes, that's who the real Spaniards were. The people with that so-called Star of David. Man, come on. Let me tell y'all. They played that role so well. The woe is me to all these other people. Just like now, woe is me. Woe is us, and they woe is us right to the bank with all the money right now. All the money, but woe is me. They got everything, but woe is them. Ooh, come on. They running the show, but woe on them. They badgering us. They hate us. Do you not understand? It's not because of who you are, it's because of what you do. You're liars. Deceiving everybody. It's not about what you call yourselves. It's because you're dishonest. Period. Making yourself up to be something that you're not, okay? Just because you have the power to do so doesn't make it right. That's the issue here. This is the problem with people in general when it comes to the Gentile. Just because, see, it's like this. So because I'm a famous musician, that makes it right to swindle and lie from my fans? I'm supposed to be cool with that? Because that's exactly what you're doing. Those who claim to be the people. Got all the platforms out here. You know they're doing it. Watching you through the CIA, NSA, watching all this stuff going on. Seeing what they did to you don't understand. Let me explain something to you. The corruption that started with the president of Haiti did not start because he wanted to be corrupt. The Bantu people as a whole, our people normally intend to do good by our people, usually. The corruption starts, let me be honest with you, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because I know this, the Caribbean is the same way. The corruption comes from those who come to the island and start dictating what you are going to do. The U.S. Virgin Islands is very much that way. Trust me on this. I know people that's been in the system. My aunt knows how George Bush used to operate when she was a senator. Okay? One of the most ruthless people in the Caribbean. Trust me on that when I say those islands suffered when Reagan was the president. Both Reagan and Bush. When they were president, they suffered. Clinton didn't do much better, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all, the corruption is because we agree to it. That's the problem. The business cartel. The business cartel, because that's exactly what the stock market is, a business cartel. People placing bets about how much money they're gonna make. Sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. What did it say in the Newman Trading Places when he said you figured it out? Y'all a bunch of bookies. Isn't that what Eddie Murphy said? Yeah. That legalized bookies. Who are they benefiting off of? What are they? The most wealthiest woman, Dos Santos, the woman, all that money coming out of where? Come on, man. I know I'm saying that. Come on, man. I'm just saying that, but that's this is one of the main reasons why when we look at the politicians, okay, remember the system has created it to where it costs money to be in that spot. There's no freebies, okay? You have beneficiaries, people putting money into your pocket. I should know. I have relatives in the Brother Yanata, he knows how politics work. I taught it. What do you think they have all of these people in Washington? What do they call them? The lobbyists. That's who they work for. Who are the lobbyists? Because the intent of the Caribbean itself has nothing to do with the benefit of the people, ever. That's just the hidden agenda. Oh yeah, put a school here. Oh, do this for them, make this program. Yeah. No. You really think, because I know my uncle saw him at the time when they were supposedly together, that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, when they were chilling on the island in St. John with their multi-million-dollar house, really gave a doggone about the people of St. John? Maybe they're supposed to act like they did, but come on. They nice how many people were they inviting? Oh yeah, let's come hang with us. Y'all, I'm telling you. My dad even said they want the natives off of this island so they can have it to themselves. They raised the taxes so high that people had to give up the property. The Most High luckily stepped in and exposed the judge who allowed it to happen. Said, oh, I don't think so. But they got it. The hurricane came through. Now they're like, oh, I guess you can't rebuild that, can you? You want to give it up? The hurricane came, tore everything up. Now, oh, they rebuilt what they just knocked down. Oh, but you can't. Oh, we'll give you some money for that land. You see, but yet, where were the black people that supposedly got money? Hey, Island of St. John, brother, sister, you had one of the most richest basketball players in the NBA. You think he couldn't call all the other NBA people? Let's help the people here in the Caribbean get their houses back. All of them, all the black folks in the NFL, call the NFL up. Hey, let's get the Caribbean people their house back. And get them set up in businesses and get them going. Do you know what would have happened if they turned it over to the natives of the islands? Oh, woo. Those people would have been upset. Well, what do we need you for now? We could be our own island. That's what they don't want to hear. They know if Yisolele can stand on his own or her own feet, that's a problem for the world. Because the Most High has said, my kingdom is to be righteous and holy unto the other nations, and will stand by herself. And the only way you're coming in there is through his. That's why Isaiah said, salvations of the Yaoundé. The only way you're coming into this kingdom is through my people. Who has to have what? Him inside of him too. That's why you're not to say we are Yesiah when they hear us talking. Which is why we have to look at ourselves and be righteous. I know we all have work to do in that. Nobody's perfect in that. But how much more are you feeding the spirit man versus the carnal man? What are you doing? You see, our people are sitting here arguing over something that was already in place the way it was 600 years ago. But because the people try to tell you it was all witchcraft and voodoo and all kind of wickedness was going on in there, which I'm not saying it wasn't, but the point is they knew we had the Mwanda. We had the Holy Spirit in the kingdom of Kongo. The priests that came to the place knew that. And because we did things that they couldn't do, witchcraft. What? Since when is that witchcraft? But yet the stuff that we were doing is the same stuff in the Bible that they should have been doing. But we listen to what? Men and not the Most High. That's why when the Agakuyu seer said, we warned when the ships came. These people are not going to be your friends. But the way the history books have written, it comes from those who work for the system. So of course they're going to put it in their favor that favors the fact that, oh, we rescued these people from their heathenistic ways. When they were the pagans, they were the Gentiles, still doing paganistic practices. Even to this day, they're still doing it, whether they know it or not. And got us doing the same thing, acting like it's normal, and it's not. Because like they're trying to tell you, even those who have been in the system and try to get the word out, hey, because we all have a mandate to fulfill. They just have to do it a little bit more secretive because they in the system. Like, oh, we can't do this. We can put it in the song, put it in the lyrics. Why do you think they have to face, yes, the dragon himself? What did you just do? Do you understand that I don't like that? He got to pay for that. Get the ritual going. They know. They go through that every day in the system. That's why I said, I'm so glad that Tatanzambi kept me away from pursuing that, because how you get us in there is you make us so poor, we got to beg to get in. We got to do all this stuff to get in. Hustle. Get your hustle on so we can get up in here. People don't even realize becoming a professional athlete, becoming a professional, whatever you want to call it, It starts off with a hustle. It starts off with a funneling system. Boom, boom, boom. With the quote unquote image of righteousness, when in reality on the inside is rotten to the core because you with the whore. The harlot is the system that Michael is talking about. They actually did a mockery of him. Him and Michael Jordan were meant to mock Mikaeli. Because you look to the name of these two Michaels versus the honoring the true Mikaeli, the archangel, knowing that they come from the same Kimball as he does. That's the mockery. Michael Jackson, and Michael Jordan are Mukongos, Benakongos. Just like Mikaeli, the archangel. But they are in the system that was using them to entertain those who have no desire to see that they actually do live in righteousness, but making it look like they do. This is our problem. We have become the show. And Jordan even showed you in his movie. We are the show now. For the aliens, the fallen angels. This is the issue, Black people, Bantu people especially. We are now the show. We are the entertainment. We are those who they make the feel-good people now. Rather than being the righteous rulers of this world that we're meant to be. And that's why the Mosai said it's not going to stay this way forever, because I'm about to fix it. And this is why he's fixing it. And he's changing everything. But they're going to sit there on the news and on everything and lie to you in the paper, in the magazines, whatever you want to call it, lying to you about what this really is. Attack on democracy, attack on our beliefs. See, that alone, from people who know what this system really is and taught it I taught this stuff. The United States was never a democracy. Once again, the system put in lies in your head. You say it in the Pledge of Allegiance every single morning. What is it called? A republic. But you see these politicians standing up there every day. Oh, our democracy. This is the lie of lies. You are at the mercy of those they claim you elected them, which that's another lie within itself. Because even the brother KRS One that made this song came out with a video with him and Mike Epps telling you, you don't elect the president, you elect the person who picks the president. That's the Electoral College. That's how it works. That's why my dad used to always ask me, why don't I vote? Sometimes I'm like, I know what the Electoral College is. I'm not really voting for him. They're going to pick him anyway. Don't y'all read the history books? And then they get upset with you. Why didn't you vote? Then you don't have a voice. You didn't vote for the president. You vote for the person who picked the president. Go look it up. That's how the electoral college works. They have a representative. That's why they get the electoral points. Whichever goes to the person that is going to pick the president for you, he gets the most votes. He goes and picks it. This is why they claim now it's been rigged against Trump, when the reality was it was supposed to go that way on purpose, as you will see. Anyway, Kimball, like I said, we must come to the understanding, okay? Of course, people want to think I'm crazy. People want to think I'm dumb. People want to think I'm stupid. It's in the book. Go look it up. This is why they put on these big old conventions. It's a show. It's a show, okay? Because they already have man. That's why I love when Dick Gregory said they already know, but the Most High, he can run interference on them. He does it all the time. But the world is messed up because there are those behind the scenes that manipulate it. They're called handlers everywhere. And they handling the way they want their things to go. Not the way the Most High wants it to go. And that's what the conflict is. The Most High wants Yisolele set free. No. Because what happens? The money we took from them goes back with them. Just like what happened in Egypt, just like what happened in Babylon, just like what happened in Persia. Rome fell because we walked out of there. Many of us left Rome. We were slaves there too. After the Messiah. They had to trick us into believing that what they were teaching us in that city was now going to be our benefit. It continues all the time. Trick them to stay. Don't let them leave. They leave, we go broke. Because we know where the money goes. Who has the wealth? Who carries it? Who is the most wealthiest people on the planet? They already know who that is. Because when the Most High every time he turns back to captivity, the money comes back from where they took it. This is why they're trying to run to Africa now, to try to stop it. No, we're going to claim it before they get here. Woo, people. Anyway, Luvuvamo, Masambololo, Zola Quingi, and may Yakongo reign. Kimball.